Hi, this is Scott from Heretical Sraffa here. This blog post is going to talk a little bit about the affliction of ego that plagues the discipline of economics. This is true for both orthodox economists as well as heterodox economists. The basic idea here is that economists generally, orthodox and heterodox, are so riddled with their own ego that they're unable to truly understand the purpose of our inquiry. The purpose of our inquiry is not for people to get published. The purpose of our inquiry is not for people to demonstrate their brilliance on these matters to the world. The purpose of our inquiry is to have a practical understanding about the way in which actual capitalist economies actually exist. And we don't have that. We don't have that in the discipline of economics. Again, not only the orthodox, but very problematic also the heterodox. And let me tell you about our heterodox economists, right? Heterodox economists can be truly problematic. Why? Because they can reject the utility function when it comes to their own theoretical work, yet when it comes to their actions in their own lives, they are motivated by pure self-interest. I've had people steal from me. I've had people disrespect me. Heterodox economists steal from me. Heterodox economists disrespect me because I want to get Sraffa out. I want everybody to read Sraffa. And it's been the huge problem with respect to how we can move forward with this. There was a concerted effort to keep this down. There was a concerted effort to ensure that only a select few people are able to peruse the papers, are able to understand the papers, and thereby are able to bless the rest of the world with their supposed brilliance on the papers. Well, let me tell you right now, Sraffa's papers are meant for the world. No scholar, I don't care how prestigious they are, has a right to tell anybody what Sraffa really meant. Nobody knows what Sraffa really meant. And anyway, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what Sraffa really meant. What matters is what Sraffa really wrote. And what matters is what Sraffa really wrote in as much as we can then discern from that a way forward in economics. Unfortunately, economics is riddled with ego, and again, the heterodox and orthodox economists both have this affliction. And the problem, I think, has to do with the fact that orthodox economics celebrates human ego, celebrates human greed, celebrates these, what I see as pathologies of our species, and tries to bring those to the fore, and tries to make it seem like selfish, acquisitive behavior where you're only looking out for your own is going to somehow be the best way in which we can move forward in the world. It is not. It has not happened. People have got to recognize that, and the discipline of economics has failed. We have failed society. Economics is a practical science, and we have failed. We have failed because of the ego. We have failed because of all of the self-centered characteristics that's associated with academia in general. Now, the difference between academia in general, i.e. physics, and academia for economics is the following. In physics, you can't make up a different theory of gravity. I mean, you can, but no one's going to believe it. In economics, forget about it. It's wide open. You can just argue whatever you want, and people do that. And as they argue whatever they want, they're going to be making circular arguments that are really geared towards just promoting themselves. And it's a huge problem. Please, I encourage all scholars out there, junior, senior, a layperson, everybody, do not be embroiled by ego. Do not be wrapped by your ego. Try to understand that we have a role to play here in society and that economics has failed. Stop ego-nomics. Stop the ego. Stop the bleeding. Let's try to have a better understanding of what we are on this earth to do as economists, and that's to understand the way in which the society works, not to make apologies for it and then make ourselves nice and wealthy in terms of either money or academic prestige. No more rent-seeking behavior by selfish, self-centered, ego-ridden economists, both orthodox and heterodox. Sraffa was not self-centered. Sraffa was not riddled by ego. We know that because he published relatively little, but he wrote a whole lot. Let's take Sraffa Sraffa is our example, and let's move this forward. Stop egonomics, stop it, especially amongst the heterodoxy and the selfish, self-centered, utility-maximizing way in which they have evidenced themselves over the years. Enough. Let's move forward. And this is a clarion call to everybody out there. All it takes is one person to say enough. Let's all be that one person, and let's say no more economics. We failed society. We failed what we were supposed to be doing, and people are suffering because of the collective ego of economists. All right, that's it from me today. I'll talk to you later. Peace.